I use Google Calendar quite a bit in the classroom. I use it as my agenda. It allows me to input the different items that we're going to do during the day. It lets me include deadlines, important events, as well as repeating events such as my prep period, lunch, or cleanup time. You make a calendar, so you go to Google Calendar again by using that grid up at the upper right hand corner. When you're at any part of Google, you click on it and go to Calendar. That'll take you to the Google Calendar. You can create a new calendar by going to Settings, so Calendar for your class. I do keep different calendars for the different classes. Go to Settings, go to Calendars, and then if you scroll down slightly, you'll see that you can create a new calendar. So you can create that calendar and give it a name and a description and all of that. I do share the calendars with my students, so you might want to share that. I don't make my calendars public simply because I don't, but you can certainly toggle that and toggle whether or not people in BP Tech can see your calendar. And then you can share it with specific people. So you can't type in your Google group here, but you can type in each individual student. You can toggle their permission settings. I have the students able to see all event details, and then my co-teacher, I allow to make changes and manage sharing as a co-administrator. Just remove that. And then you would hit Create Calendar, and that would make your new calendar, and you can make one for each of your classes. So here's the calendar that I have for my freshman class. When they are in class, I have this on the smartboard. I extend my screen and have this on the screen, so it is a live agenda. I'll show you where today is. So if this is up on the board, this red line denotes the current time and should tell them what they are in the middle of doing. You can toggle between presenting the day, the week, the month, 5-day, what have you. I prefer to keep the week up for the students so they see what's in the future. They also, since it's shared with them, they can pull this up on their own screens. They can pull it up on their phones and have this access right at their fingertips. I also, for my lesson plans, take a screenshot of the Google Calendar and include that in my lesson plans as my agenda. I really enjoy using Google Calendar as my agenda. It's very easy to move things around. So for example, let's say on Thursday, for whatever reason, we did not get to the microscope lab and we have to do it on Friday. You just click on the event and drag it to the next day. You can shift what time it is, and then you can also, using this marker here, just put the cursor over the bottom of the event box, you can make it shorter or longer. So that is really, really useful, as things sometimes don't take as long or take more time, or you have to shift things around. I love how flexible that is. So I'll show you how to create an event in your calendar. So you have your calendar up. Here on the side you can see I have a few different calendars. If you click on it, it'll bring up that calendar. So make sure you're in the right calendar that you want to create an event. You just hit the Create button, that bright red button there. And then you put in whatever it might be, the date, the time, where if you really care. Sometimes I'll put in the description, I'll put some event details, or perhaps if there's a website that they have to go to, I'll put that there. You can go so far as even adding the document from your Google Drive there. You have the option to make it an all-day event. You can make it a repeating event. So there's quite a few options there. You just simply hit Save, and there it is. So that's pretty much all that I use Google Calendar for. I hope that that will help make your life a little easier.